Beautiful.
Oh, hello.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Manimal.
Avengers assemble.
Oh, we're so Bach.
We're
Hello.
Big Bach.
I had a
What's
serious
up?
conversation with myself about stepping my game up. So I was like, we got to get back on the grind.
Before anything, Manimal, how you doing? How you feeling? Walk
Oh,
us
yeah.
through
I
what
mean,
your life has been like.
Listen, I'm a little disappointed with the way things went at Combat Jiu-Jitsu. You know, I started way far out. I think I started my camp 11 weeks ago at like 192 pounds. And so I came down to 155. You know, I made the weight. I did 2/3 of my job. And, you know, the truth, I mean, that last cut kind of just took my energy and I felt flat out there. You know what I mean? I had a decent match against a pretty tough guy. But, you know, I got caught in a head and arm choke. Fucking happens. I'm back in good shape now, though. We got to make sure we keep me no heavier than 175. This way, it's not so hard. Listen, I mean, I came down a lot of weight. So there's something to be said about overtraining. The amount I had to train to be able to compete might have left me with nothing, you know, nothing in the tank to actually fuck this dude up. And even though I was, you know, I was throwing up submissions and doing my thing, you know, at the highest levels, a 1% decrease in performance is a major detriment. So I just, you know, felt like I didn't have any energy. But other than me sucking, I had a good time. I almost got the triangle. I didn't take any damage. I'm fresh, no injuries. I trained today at Sarah's, trained Wednesday at Henzo's. I'm back in the grind. But no, it felt good. Mentally, like it was really good for me to train for something and get back in competition. And even though it didn't go the way I wanted, I'm very thankful and grateful to the gods. You know, Odin grants the victory as he sees fit, not as we see fit. And I understand that it can't always go my way. But it was pretty exciting. And I asked the gods if I should, you know, fight again. And they said, why not? So we'll see what's on the horizon for that.
Let's go.
There you
But
go.
oh man, can I tell a couple of the event was wild. I felt like a kid again. Because first, all right, El Paso was like 100 degrees every day. The event winds up being outside. So we're outside, it's 100 degrees, and they put everyone together in one tent and they call it a locker room. Me and my opponent are there. I was like, yo, you want to warm up together? We start pummeling for like a few seconds.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I was like, like you just got to make fun of it. And they put us in this tent. It's 110 degrees in the tent. I'm fucking sweating. I'm like, holy shit, I thought I was done cutting weight for the day. And they're like, no, don't worry, it's going to get cooler. You know, we'll fight at 8. And the sun will go down and it's going to get cooler. Ike, let me tell you, so much cooler. It went from 95 degrees to 91 degrees. And then we're out on this mat. It's
A brisk summer evening.
Brisk summer evening, yo. So now they, you know, the stage is outside. And they actually had a pretty good crowd. They had like 3,000 people there. But the stage is outside, and you know, the spotlights are on the mat. And that shit attracted so many bugs and moths and mosquitoes. The mat is covered in moths. Bugs are landing on me. We're rolling on bugs as we're fighting. In between the match, someone asked, oh, you know it was cool? Eddie Bravo ref my match. So one of the guys, they asked Eddie, they're like, what do we do with all these bugs? He's like, I don't know, just fucking sweep the mat in between every match. What are we gonna do? So, but it was fun. You know, had some good Mexican food out there. Shout out Mike Sullivan came out with me. So, you know, I got the 4th string, 5th string out there. But no, Mike was great. The hotel was good. We hung out in the pool. We had a good time. I mean, of course, I would have liked to have brought the title back to New York. But can't always get what you want. So.
There you go. Manimal, are you drinking coffee at 7:15 in the evening?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
You're insane.
I am insane.
I'd be fucking awake all night.
I thought my last cup.
How I do it? Mostly insanity.
There you go. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your time there. At least I'm sure it felt good to get back in there and compete. Is there a target return date for the next one?
I don't have a target return date, but I don't know what I want to do. Should I hit up combat jujitsu again? I tell you what, doing regular jujitsu competitively doesn't turn me on at all. I did so much of that back in the day. Maybe next year, if I wanted to do like Masters Worlds, maybe that would turn me on. But I like the combat jujitsu. I wouldn't mind getting a single match in combat jujitsu if they want to match me up with another like older black belt, maybe another 10th Planet black belt who's like a little older also for a single match. I jump in anytime. We could even do it October 22nd on the Medusa card as a special match if they wanted.
You got options.
And if a regular fight, listen, I'm just going to be in the gym now. I feel really good. I feel really focused. And I really enjoyed just training today and yesterday and just chilling without having to like focus on doing 10-minute rounds and strikes. And, I did a ton of those EBI overtime rounds, those back escape rounds, which is super taxing. So it's nice to just be back in the gym training. But I'm going to stay on the grind and I'm just going to be ready. I got caught out there because listen, the gods were telling me to get ready sooner and I didn't. And that's why I think, I wasn't deserving of the victory that night. Even though I trained well for it, I really should have started a lot sooner on my diet at least. So lesson learned, but back in action now, dusted off, knocked the rust off. Now I'm ready to fuck shit up.
I was gonna say, good thing you don't have a child because it sounded like you had the plagues going on out there. Would you have the lotuses, the mosquitoes?
I know it was like the plagues over here. It's almost the apocalypse. Lotus. You mean locusts?
Yeah. What the hell's a lotus?
And
It's like a flower, yeah.
a locust, just a grasshopper that goes crazy.
Or it's a yoga pose, full lotus.
I'm in lotus now. Yes,
I am.
you could do full lotus easy, Kerry. You're flexible.
I could do a lot of it. Dude, it's like things come so easy to me now because of how flexible I am. It's awesome.
I'd
Credit
blow
to
out a
Manimal.
hip trying to do yoga.
And Kerry's been she signed up at Sarah's. She's been doing jujitsu. So
Hell yeah.
that's exciting.
I gotta get back in the gym at law. I've been slacking. Work's been kicking my ass.
That
But,
works
no-
will kill you.
Yeah, that's right. No excuses though. We gotta get back on the grind.
Yeah.
Let's get back on the grind. That's it. My Tuesday night class was fucking packed at law. I had like almost 30 people on the mat last night.
Hell yeah.
Tuesday night. Yeah, it was great. So sometimes I think about doing another class at law, but I don't know.
Yeah, do one after 6 p.m. so I could actually make it.
6:30 p.m. Friday. What do you think?
That's right. Hell yeah. After boxing on Friday, I'd be super down.
What time's boxing?
I want to say 6.
So that's the 7 o'clocker.
Yeah.
I think
there you
you're
go.
correct in that. And
Oh yeah. Before we go on, we were talking about Jillian's fight in Invicta.
Yes.
So while we're live, shout out Long Island's own Jillian DeCoursey.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yo, I seen her fight, not this fight. Me and Kerry were at her fight before this, where she knocked out Lindsey. And I mean, she really seems to have turned the corner. I know she had some tough luck before, but man, the last fight, this fight, she caught a first round submission. And Kerry, you'll agree with me on this. The commentary on Invicta was so biased. Courtney got her back. Right, the Corsi got her back. Jillian's on the girl's back, and they're trying to hype the girl up, Del Boni, while Jillian took her back and is sinking the choke in. I was like, how fucking biased can you be that you're hyping up the other girl while she's getting her ass kicked? I was like,
That was like the old Dom Cruz when Habib was beating the shit out of McGregor, doing the like, oh, Connor's just wearing him down, getting him tired, you know.
yeah, he's done. I'm tired.
Yeah,
We were
but
talking about that in our interview, how biased they are. And I actually, it was fun. I got to call out Megan Anderson because she was like talking. She's like, I don't know why this one commentator hates me. She's like, I don't understand what I did. And I'm like, can I say her name? She's like, yeah. I'm like, Megan, what the fuck? I'm like, why don't you like Jillian? Amazing. Jillian she's one of the nicest people ever. I saw her last amateur fight live. I interviewed her before that. And I actually jokingly called her the belt collector because she had like 80 belts standing there. And I'm like, this girl is awesome. I fucking love her. And her last fight was Lindsey Vanzant. And then John and I were there for her last fight against Lindsey, which brought her to this fight. And it
Crazy
was
knockout.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I was shocked, truthfully.
You don't see that at 105 from the ladies. You just don't see
Oh,
it.
the Adam weights. Yeah.
You know, and she, you know, her evolution though, people don't realize she has a big Thai background. She's trained at ring sport for a long time. And now her and Fatima and all them, I forget which Muay Thai gym they're out at in New Jersey, but she is super talented. People like, you know, Jillian will fly under the radar and people don't give her enough credit. And sure, she's had some tough weight cuts and probably, you know, didn't have her nutrition down like she was saying, and so many things that factor in it, but holy shit, she's like a whole different fighter. Like she looked fucking crisp in there. She looked champion status. She looked, it was really,
She
really
fought like a champ. You're right. She fought
She
like a
did.
champ.
I saw
Yeah.
she brought in she worked a lot with Erin Blanchfield this camp, right?
what?
Yeah,
Nice.
trained in Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
she worked a lot with Erin Blanchfield. for this.
Fatima is
Yeah.
really good.
No, a lot of killers, but she seems to have really found a home at 105 too. Because I was at her fight against Elise Reed in CFFC at 115, and you could kind of tell, you know, she's just a little small for 115, just a little bit small for straw weight. You know,
10
Elise was
pounds
kind of
is a
able to
big
just
gap.
like overpower her, kind of just, you know, was able to maintain top control pretty easily. Just clearly the bigger girl in the cage, but yeah, she seems to have really found a home at 105, and yeah, it's awesome to see somebody who's seems to be, you know, such a like good, nice, genuine person outside of the cage have that success in the cage.
The UFC needs a 105.
Desperately,
Division.
desperately.
No doubt about it.
Division.
Yeah.
Carrie,
Yeah.
where can
Yeah.
everybody
Wait.
find the interview?
Oh, it's actually in the Girls Corner on YouTube and on my iTunes on I think it's Kerry Stellar on iTunes. It really was a great interview. I mean, Jillian and I go way back. So for that reason, it was just so much fun to catch up with her. You know, she was like, wait, you were there for my last fight. I said, yeah, I was not supposed to go up to her and say, you're not supposed to go up to your friend that's fighting and hug them and shit. So all of a sudden there was like a quick second of a break and I ran out as fast as I could. I seen her in the hallway and I pulled her aside. I'm like, come to the bathroom really quick. And I gave her the biggest hug. I was like, I'm so proud of you. But it's just so nice when your friends, all of my friends are fighting and competing at the highest levels right now, all of them. And it's really fucking cool to see because I've seen these girls specifically start as, actually really end as amateurs and start as pros. And I've watched their careers evolve and where they've come and their skill sets. And it's just, it's really cool to be able to be a part of that.
I do want to say one thing. Can I take it back to Megan Anderson?
Oh, sure.
You need to put the Botox away.
So you're
and
gonna
focus on the fucking girls' fights.
No way. No way.
say,
Yo, her lips look like she fucking swallowed a duck. She's fucking too. I'm like, stop with the Botox. You're a pretty girl. Just because you turned 30 doesn't mean you have to have a panic attack. You know, lay off the fucking fillers.
no, she's done way too much to her face way too soon. Too soon. There's no need to do it. Girls just
Yeah.
want,
Because she
Especially-
turned 30 and was like,
I want to look good right now. And it's like, dude, eat. If you eat good, good for your skin, shit that's good for you, like antioxidants, all that shit, you're gonna look younger. Fucking get a better diet. I know it sounds crazy. Use some really good skin products, get some fucking facials, and it might take a little longer, but you're not gonna be stuck like this where you're like, you can't even make
no
it.
emotions. I'm like, are you happy? Are you sad? I can tell you, please don't fucking move.
And she looks miserable. I'm like, that's
She
not
really,
She
Oh my
could definitely throw down too. Like you talk about diet, there's no doubt that she could throw down. She's probably walking around.
she's a big girl. She's like 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
she's very,
Yeah.
very tall.
Yeah, she's really tall.
Yeah, she's got a pretty good gig these days, though. What? She's got the ESPN commentating gig. She does
Yeah, she has a
commentary
good
for
gig.
Invicta. She's
Invicta.
so I get it. It's tough being a woman in sports media on camera and all that shit. But yeah, don't be nice. Be nice to our friends.
they're just really biased, and you see the biased commentary a lot, even in the UFC, especially in the UFC. Forget about even. Fucking
Dude,
Aljo's
Cormier shouldn't be allowed to fucking comment a single AKA guy's fight. It's the most annoying fucking thing in the world.
I agree. Yeah, I wouldn't want to comment for my boys fighting either. I'm going to be biased. I know.
100%. 100%.
Jillian and I spoke about that because she's commentated on our friends' fights. I was on Fatima's only amateur fight. Jillian was there commentating. I was there taking pictures, and she said I had to really, not be biased. But she's like, it's not that hard, when you're looking at a fight and you look at the fight as a whole.
See, I just lean right into it. Like when we were at Jackhammer a couple of weeks ago and Dell landed.
I'm like, Harry, should we show some objectivity?
Heavens no.
Yeah, shout out to Dell.
Shout out to Dell. And new.
But that fucking fight my kid Dell had was tough. I mean, Dell takes a long time to warm up in there. And that first round was a little rough and he was choppy as shit. But once he found his rhythm, he started lighting that guy up. Even the second round, he started throwing knees. Once he started catching that guy's with knees in the second round, started wearing him down. And then he threw the double jab and the head kick. And thank the gods that won the fight. But that was a close fight. That fight really could have been a draw too.
Yeah, that was what I was saying to Ike at the time. I was thinking it was going to be.
But he did enough, I guess.
I thought 1 and 2 were going to go to the other kid. I guess 2 was kind of the swing round there. I thought 1 and 2 would go to the other kid, and then a 10-8 to Dell in the third.
Definitely won the first round.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Kerry, it was a much more entertaining Usman Edwards. Like there was action. Dell was losing up until this crazy freaking head kick.
Folds him.
Yeah, just folded that guy. That guy was so out when he was sitting on the steps after the fight. He looked like he was ready to walk back out. Like I don't think he realized that the fight was.
Listen, that's a tough motherfucker because I don't know how he got up and kept going, man.
He got up and kept fighting.
I don't know how he finished the round.
Lucky there was the shin guard.
Yeah, big facts. Big facts. No shin guard
shout
there.
Out to Dell.
He's taking
won
a
the
nap.
amateur title. Everyone did great that night. Jacob fucking won the amateur title too.
Yep.
He's a little monster. Wait till he drops to 125.
That's right. Rob Scholes with a beautiful spinning back kick right on the liver. Nice gorgeous. Edwin
Kerry, you gotta come
robbed.
out November 20th. We gotta all be there.
Okay,
it's a fun event. Right. It's classy.
And this time we're gonna get a new audio splitter because I'm fairly sure like the audio got all garbled and fucked up because we tried to run 4 microphones through a splitter designed for 2, and I just don't think it was physically capable of compressing the audio.
It was like a Mexican minivan. We're just trying to cram too much,
literally
too much in.
Yep, too much going on. I think 3 mics is where we have to draw the
saw
line.
that in El Paso.
I'm going to PFL.
I will definitely be there. Yes, hopefully. PFL World Championships. $6 million on the line at the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden on Black Friday, November 25th. I was there for the playoff event that they did there. Awesome. Great crowd, perfect venue. I think that'll be an awesome.
What do you work
awesome
for
night.
PFL or something?
Oh heavens, no, not me.
I
got my PFL nameplate right here.
I have all of mine from everyone I've been to. PFL fantastic, and they have great food. So
yes, great spread. Always a great spread.
Maybe then I'll go.
I gotta give them that. They know how to take care of media.
Own food.
It's what I'm upset about? Steamrollers fight. Did you see how expensive tickets to the Garden are?
Dude, it's like $600 to get in the door. Yeah.
Nosebleed. It's like the top tier is $600. I'm like,
Maddie, really hook it up.
We should do a podcast somewhere.
Oh, Kerry, we gotta do October 22nd.
I'm speaking going to the Smokers Club tomorrow. I'm gonna speak to Spesh and Karen and see if the 22nd is good for everybody. And then
is that a 10 p.m. start or 2 p.m.? I know it's Abu Dhabi.
It's early, which is cool.
I hope it's early. 2 p.m. start. I love those early cards.
Those are tight. Too. I'm so upset. I have a fucking wedding on the 22nd. I have my cousin's wedding, and I was like,
ESPN on the phone.
Oh yeah, I was like, if you don't think I'm gonna be sitting there watching Aljo's fight at my cousin's
2 p.m.
wedding, you are out of your fucking mind.
Yes. Kerry, that's
and
good.
the
It's
Mets
like
playoffs
playoff
too. We got the Mets in that'll be a Mets divisional playoff game. Fucking knock on wood, God willing. Plus the fights, I am going to be the most disengaged person in the history of wedding guests.
I want
And it's
photo
your
proof
wedding.
of this wedding.
Yeah, it's my wedding. Yeah,
It's
What's
Harry's
that,
wedding, and he's like watching UFC. He's like, yo, hold on, babe.
Give me a
And now kiss the bride.
Listen, I told my girlfriend, she was like, I'd love to get married in the fall. And I was like, if you think that I'm going to subject my friends and family to a fall wedding during college football season and all of that shit, you're out of your fucking mind. There's no chance.
That's great.
No chance. I don't believe
Like,
in
I'm
fall
not messing
weddings.
up football season.
This might be the best card of the year.
Which one?
I,
The
very well may.
October 22nd.
It's a good card. Izzy versus Pereira headline, right?
That's the Garden
no.
card, but the Aljamain card.
Makachev? Is that the headline?
O'Malley, Peter Yan,
Yeah,
Chukagian,
Chucky Olives and Islam is the headliner.
Sean Brady,
Aljo's the
Bilal
co-main.
Muhammad,
Oh, that's a good
The
fight.
card is stacked top to bottom.
Matthias
which,
Gamrat.
like, it goddamn should be because they're giving us some dookie cards the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, this card coming up on Saturday. What is it? Mackenzie Dern versus Jan.
Yeah, Zhao Nan.
Mackenzie Dern looks good. I mean,
Always.
so she's been looking. Woo!
Always.
Like
Oh,
always. It's
Fire,
like
yeah.
kind of a given.
And her jiu-jitsu is great. So I'm a Mackenzie Dern fan, especially after she had a kid. She really looks like she started to come on
She
strong.
got back in there fast too, right? Wasn't it like
Very
And now she actually makes weight. Before she had a kid, she couldn't make weight. Now she fucking makes weight after she had a kid. That's why whenever women are like, "Oh, I had a baby, I can't lose the weight," I'm like, that doesn't make any sense because all these freaking fighters, they have a kid, and next thing you know, they're shredded. Even Aisha Tate. She had two
True.
kids and she's fucking ripped.
yeah, she
So
came
I'm
back in
like,
better
I don't
shape.
know about all that. You know, maybe that threw you off your game. So I don't know if it's the kid that messed up your fitness or you just couldn't get back in shape. You just got
Damn.
motivated.
guess
Animal's been
everybody's
listening to Jordan
body-
Peterson.
Everybody's body
Jordan
reacts
Peterson
differently.
could learn
I
a fucking
guess.
lesson from me, really.
I agree.
You
That
know,
guy fucking stinks.
who, Jordan Peterson?
Yeah, I think that guy's a fucking hack.
You guys are gonna love this. I just
I'm not like you just fan. Some of the stuff he says makes sense, but he's no fucking Manimal. He never
That's
put it out
right.
on the line in front of thousands of people, fucking fat as shit, all hurt up, and still fuck shit up. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he just gets on video and cries anytime anyone's mean to him. Wow, 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 wow.
What I think is
Wah,
funny
wah,
is
wah.
that that guy's supposed to be like representative of like men. And I'm like, that guy's the least fucking manliest dude.
Right, you're gonna tell me about fucking discipline when you can't keep yourself from eating a handful of fucking benzos every time somebody insults you? Come on, dude, get the fuck out of my face.
at least Rogan. I'll give Rogan as like a
No, Rogan's great. Yeah, Rogan's awesome. I was hoping to see Rogan at the event actually, but I think El Paso is out of his district. If it was in Austin, he probably would have showed up because him and Eddie are boys.
that would have been cool, man. I could see you guys smoking a joint and just going off.
Yeah.
You, Eddie,
And
and
I-
Rogan.
Yeah, I want fuck me, Eddie, Rogan. That's it. That'd be good. I could praise Odin out there with them, and be good. That's on my wish list to smoke a blunt with Joe Rogan.
I have a feeling that's on a lot of guys' wish lists.
Yeah, and girls are like, "Who the fuck is Joe Rogan? You mean the Fear Factor guy?" Unless you're an MMA fan.
I could okay, so do you want me to tell you guys like it's not gonna be a secret between us, but it's gonna be something that I think we should think about doing. I just an idea. I happen to know as a fact that before UFC at the Garden, every time Joe Rogan goes and plays pool. And I know exactly where he goes and plays pool.
Hmm.
He goes Thursday night, Friday night, and he might even go after the fights. I don't know. But he's up there and he's up at that pool a lot.
You know I'm
You know-
the biggest pool fan.
Because when I was up there,
Yes.
Just
Are you like?
No,
I'm up there and I'm talking to the owner.
but I'll be there.
Not the owner, the guy at the front. I'm talking to Alaska, and I'm like, yeah, my friend Tony's here to talk to Joe Rogan and shit. I'm like, they said he was here last night, and he was like, no, he's right behind you. I'm like, yeah, okay. And he's like, no, he's really right behind. But He was literally right behind me. I was like, I can't fangirl. I can't fangirl in my head. I was
You
like,
probably said that out loud.
no, I just literally turned around. I'm like, yeah, so was that, blah, blah, blah. I, like, tried so hard not to give a fuck that he was right there. Cause I'm like, dude, you can't do that.
Kerry's like, I don't see you.
Yeah, he's probably, I can't fucking be like, I have
He's like,
not-
are you using that table? Oh my God, Joe Rogan. He's like,
Could
okay.
you imagine?
Kerry's like, get the fuck away from me, creep. She went the other way.
Imagine.
She's
That-
so overcompensated.
That's a power move.
That really because the friend that I went with was annoying the shit out of me, and I was pretty much doing that to him. I was like, just leave me the fuck alone. I'm like, I have business to do. You're really annoying. Like, just asking stupid questions the whole time. I'm like, stop. Like, don't ever bring friends. Even if like you just want somebody to ride in with, don't. They'll just chew your ear off about nonsense and like take you off your game. Not that it did at all, because that was a really fun night. So if we all want to go there, not that like we're gonna like bum rush to a road.
Don't shout out where it is, Kerry. Don't blow up this.
I'm not, and I'm not saying we're gonna go there and bum rush him by any stretch of the imagination. But what we can do is go there and play pool. Go a little early, get a table. I think
Kerry,
it was
are you gonna try to shark Joe Rogan?
there at like 9:30. Yeah, I would shark too. Absolutely. I fucking shoot. I would literally play my best game of my entire life, throw the trick shot that I just learned on the April and win. I would just because.
$100 a ball?
No, I don't have that kind of money. Like if I did,
The fuck I look like.
but that's
What I
like,
look like. She's like, I'm a hit. She's like,
well,
I
every
run
shot,
in the girls' corner. What the fuck?
no lucky shots, call every shot. You know, how you're gonna make it. No, that's $100 shot. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
$100 a ball. So you call every shot. Yeah.
And exactly how you're making every shot. Like, okay, I'm gonna do it like this, and it's going in there. Explanation, whole nine. That's making it $100 ball. But pool's a lot of fun if you watch a really good game. If you watch a shitty game between two people that have no fucking clue with it, you might just walk away.
Oh wait, speaking of pool, there was like a 6-foot pool table at the hotel,
Bar size.
and everywhere I went, my fucking opponent. I'm in the hot tub. My opponent went there 15 minutes. He's trying to complete. He's like, "Oh man, it's hard cutting weight when you're older." I was like, "I'm fucking 8 years older than you. What are you talking about?" He was like, "Are you really? I thought you were like 29, 30." I was like, "Now get the fuck away from me. You're trying to soften my resolve. Like, you're trying to weaken my resolve here. Don't fucking."
You're like, what are you
my
doing?
balls
Oh
over
no,
here.
stop! You're jerking me off. He goes,
Oh, speaking of getting jerked off, hold on, I got a funny one.
he's trying to soften you up,
Bro, I go to get a massage on Thursday, right?
and he's giving the massage.
So everyone in El Paso is Mexican, right? I go into the massage place.
Every
all
single
fucking
person in
Korean.
El Paso.
In a massage place, everyone Korean. So I'm getting a massage. This girl's trying to grab my balls. She's like, "You want extra?" I was like, "Yeah, on my neck." The girl was built like fucking a linebacker. I was like, "Okay, chill." I was like, "Chill the fuck out."
You want extra?
An extra, yeah, on my neck. You fucking rub my neck, all right? Calm down. I'm like, easy there, Brutus.
Mr. Sullivan jumped in.
Like
Substitute.
Sullivan jumped in. I tell you what, afterward, me and Sully went to the Spanish Cantina. That place was like Hooters, but acids. It was just like all girls in thongs. Fucking one fat ass after the next. I was like, I can't even deal. It was like, and $4 beers. We
Oh,
got
wow.
we drank like 3 or 4 beers a piece, shots, 3 entrees. And it was $70.
Oh my goodness.
God,
It's
that sounds
so cheap.
lovely.
See, Austin, Texas, their prices all kind of went up because a lot of people moved there during the pandemic. So New Yorkers and Californians kind of fucked up their economy, like overinflated it. But that didn't happen in El Paso. So when you go to El Paso, everything's still dirt cheap. You know,
Interesting.
even like we went for Mexican food and for like a whole tray of enchiladas, homemade chips, guac, all that shit was like $10. You know, for a dinner portion. It was like so cheap. So yeah, El Paso is a dope little town.
You
Although-
rewarded the effort, man. You rewarded
Although
the
I tell you
effort.
what, Kerry, Kansas City, I've been thinking about barbecue and slaps. That
ever.
barbecue fucking slap.
Best food in
Do 1 week, do everything. Your Chinese, your barbecue. I mean, even though it's not Kansas.
Noted ethnicity barbecue.
Yeah, I had barbecue when I was in Texas. I went to Dallas, and don't get me wrong, the barbecue in Texas is amazing, but Kansas City doesn't use sauce. It's all dry.
Right, it's all
rub
dry rub, right?
Is that good?
and fucking tender.
Mm.
I mean, it was
Good like
so
dry
good.
rub brisket.
Yeah, dry rub brisket, ribs. I mean, it was just all slapped. That was it. It was
There you
banging.
go.
We seen
It
a
was-
bunch of freaking fat people online. I was like, this is where we got to eat.
Get it out of your system. You
I was
deserve
like,
it.
I don't want to go
man.
to a restaurant full of skinny motherfuckers. I want to see a bunch of fat asses there. They know.
We had Rosh Hashanah this past weekend. I had brisket 3 nights in a row at 3 different family homes.
I made stuffed cabbage. That
you
reminds me,
go.
I got to bring some stuffed cabbage out.
What was the
Yeah.
best conversation you got into, Harry?
That's an interesting question. See,
Oh, then it-
two of them were with my girlfriend's family, so I have to be on my best behavior in those situations. She says don't fucking talk politics with any of these people. Don't talk about your views. Don't talk about fighting. Keep it
Your
professional.
girl
So-
Al Capone. She's like,
yeah, there you go. So I'm a little
Stalin.
buttoned up,
The girl's
in
Stalin.
those such situations. There were all of the children.
we will
at
not
one
talk
point.
the politics.
All of like the
Well,
younger.
politics, you go to gulag.
That's right. All of like the younger, they were like 4 kids there, like little kids. And at one point they walk up to me and they're like, "Hey, like come to the basement. We want to show you something." I was like, okay, I guess I have to play along with this." I went downstairs and they all just pelted me with like beanbags and like various sports balls and shit like that. And I was like, "Oh, all
Jeez.
right, cool."
Dude, you
this
told
is
us
what's
a story in
happening.
Indiana. You got beat up and now you get
Yeah.
beat up by little kids.
yeah, just
Yeah,
getting
beat up by little
assaulted
kids.
by a bunch of 8-year-olds.
It's like Step
What
Brothers.
movie was it with Will Ferrell where they get beat up by the
Yeah,
kids and they go
Step
back
Brothers.
Step
You
Brothers.
made me eat white shit.
and then
You
they
made
go
me
back
look
and
like
kick
dog
all the
shit.
kids' asses.
Excellent scene. Excellent film.
Dale Doback. What was the kid's name? Oh fuck! I was just watching that the other day too. Oh,
Great movie. I think that's the greatest comedy of like the last
Oh, can't
20 years.
remember.
Tropic
I
Thunder is
kind
up
of
there.
like Talladega Nights too.
Yeah,
That's-
Talladega
That
Nights is
Geeks-
a great one.
The Crips.
You're not first, you're last. Hell, I was high when I
I
said
was
that.
high when I said that.
That don't make no sense.
Ma, I'm going fast.
Listen, I came in
You
16th.
could be
whatever.
second. You could be third.
every morning, and I piss excellence.
I piss excellence. I'm a winner.
Oh my
I'll piss
gosh.
excellence. Yeah.
That's defined in a whole movie.
Break it, Frenchie. Break it. You broke my fucking arm.
You told me to break it.
Meanwhile, I think we might actually have a better Bellator card than the UFC card this weekend.
Yes, good call.
I think I'm more excited for some of these Bellator fights than the vast
Yo,
majority
last
of the
weekend's
fights on this
Bellator
UFC
fights were
card.
crazy.
Yeah,
Romero?
you'll
Yoel
kill the
Romero.
guy. Poor Melvin Manoff, a
Yeah,
fucking
hats off
legend,
to
a
Melvin.
legend of the game, and Scott Coker fucking sacrifices him at the altar to Yoel Romero for his retirement fight. That's
He really
unfortunate.
did.
I would have liked to see him get like a nice little parting gift, but yeah, he got fucking smashed. He got smashed real good.
Joel was not playing.
No,
You
he is
guys
a
fans
scary
of
human being.
Aaron Pico?
Yes.
Pico has grown on me lately. I wasn't sold early in his career, especially because he was fighting a lot of bums, but he's looked
Oh,
pretty
they
good
rushed
lately.
him in his career, I think. I think
Really?
the opposite.
He has a really good
They
personality.
rushed him. They made him fight Juan Archuleta for his 4th fight.
That's right. I did forget about the Archuleta fight.
Wow.
Then Adam Borix.
Borix is a killer.
Borix is a killer. They threw him really into deep end. They gave him like 2 or 3 scrubby fights and then right in.
Yeah, he has like some of the most visually appealing body work in MMA, in my opinion. That lead body hook that he throws is fucking mean.
Yeah, he's still second to the kid though.
That's right.
Of course, he ain't the body snatcher. He ain't even Bellator's best body shot. And yeah, I saw they just announced a 155 Grand Prix also.
Nice.
How does kid get it into that?
That's an excellent question. That's one we'll need to figure out. I'm assuming it'll be
Is
the
it
guys
8
ranked.
or
I think it's
16?
going to be 8. So I'm assuming it'll be the guys ranked from probably 6 up plus the champ Patricky. And then it sounds like I'm assuming assuming AJ McKee doesn't lose to Spike Carlisle this weekend, which by the way would be one of the funniest results in the history of MMA. I assume he'll also be in that GP.
That would be one of the biggest upsets ever, actually. If Spike Carlisle would be
on the
AJ
betting lines, he's only like Spike's like a plus 300 underdog. AJ's like minus 425. I would have capped it wider than that, but
No, that's
I think I have to bet on
100.
Spike there just for chaos because that would genuinely be one of the funniest results in the history of the sport.
Well,
And
yeah.
still-
Well, now he could juice a little. So
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
He's the
remember,
second best
Bellator-
ginger to Frivola.
Bellator only tests like the week of the fight.
Right. They don't do USADA.
They don't do USADA. So like, look at Yoel. That dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. He was juicy in the UFC,
Juicy.
but he's fucking 46 and he got trapped.
Dude, he's a fake 46 too. He's not a day under 50.
The
Dude, I'm
rumor is
42.
that the Cubans, they juice them when they're in their teenage years, and it just like during the developmental years, the bones get bigger.
I find it hard to
baseball
believe that
players.
Yoel Romero and I are the same species. That's
Yeah.
a complete. There's not.
I
a
love
si-
you,
could-
Harry.
You could fucking.
I
fill
love
me-
you.
You could fill me with all of the Decabolin and Winnie and Test and TRT and HGH. You could pump me full of whatever fucking cocktail. There is not a single universe in all of the timelines that are possible out there where I ever look like Yoel Romero.
On
Maybe
all
he's
of that, you look like Chase Hooper.
Yeah, he
There you
does.
go.
Harry goes and he does all the sauce, protocol mode, and he looks like fucking Sugar Sean O'Malley. That's the best he gets.
Yes, Sugar Sean.
That's like you're
one.
probably not
Sugar-
wrong. I would be a wiry 5'10", like $145.
Imagine Sugar Sean with Harry's personality. He's just like so nice.
Believe that? If you put me, listen, I'm never gonna be tall, but if you put me on all the Deca, I think
What
I'd
would
look
you
as
be?
jacked as Joel because I know how to lift too.
See, that's my thing. I'm a cardio guy. I don't enjoy lifting. I've never enjoyed lifting. So I don't ever, there's no world where I ever see my, like, I don't think Yoel could stick his arm straight up over his head if he wanted to. It's fucking traps, dude.
It's just physically impossible.
Right. Like it's physically, like, I don't think he could touch his hands together.
And then the biting.
yeah.
I just stared at like there's like some it was replaying on like a
He's
Twitter.
got that literal dog in him.
He bit the cage.
I saw that.
Yo,
He's
imagine
so
he lost
awesome,
the
man.
juice.
I fucking love Yoel so much. He will always be one of my favorites. I will always tune in for a Yoel Romero fight.
He's a fucking monster. You think he's 50? That's what Ray thinks too. Ray thinks
There's
Yoel
no
old.
fucking way he's a day under 50.
Does he
No
beat
chance.
Johnny Eblin? He wants to go back to 85.
I saw that. I think that would be an interesting fight. I would think probably just because Yoel is like a stylistic nightmare for Eblin.
Yeah.
That to feel like, you know what I mean? Eblin, I don't think Eblin's just going to be able to take Yoel Romero down.
That would skyrocket Eblin.
I mean, it would. That would be that fight makes a lot of sense from a promoter standpoint, from a getting Yoel back into the title like picture standpoint. It makes a lot of sense. It's a shame we never got him in Rumble in that GP. That would have been fucking awesome.
And the gods just mushed them both almost.
Yeah, dude, Rumble's still like real sick, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got
Oh,
some
well,
like
that
stomach
juice, man.
thing. Yeah. It's
telling
crazy to me that there was a point in time where Rumble Johnson and Frankie Edgar fought 15 pounds apart. Rumble fought at
That's
170 and
I was
Frankie
at
Edgar
that
fought
fight.
at
Hold on.
55.
That's
When
insane.
Rumble Johnson fought Kevin Burns at 170, I was cornering Philip Nova. This is 2008. And 2008, what?
Sorry, I'm yelling at the dog.
Oh, so in 2008, I see Rumble Johnson and he steps on for the, to check his weight. And this is the day before the fight. He steps on the scale, fucking shredded. I'm talking about 6-pack, definition in his arms, vascular, 199.
Oh my god.
The next day, steps on the scale, 171. I'm like, where the fuck did he even lose 28 pounds from? He
Wow.
was
How is that
literally
humanly
like
possible?
4% body fat at 199. He was shredded when he pre-checked and then lost 28 pounds in a day.
That's
That's
insanity.
Even at 171.
That's
One of my favorite MMA stories in history is Rumble's Bellator debut at Mohegan there, where he beat Jose Augusto, like came from behind, got knocked down. walked out of the cage, walked into the locker room, and was instantly arrested for an outstanding Connecticut warrant. Can you imagine being the cop who has to walk up to Rumble Johnson and be like, "Hey, dude, I know you just like decapitated that guy in the cage, but I'm gonna need you to put your hands behind your back, and we're gonna need to go on down to the station real quick."
Sir,
Can you put your hands behind your back?
Yeah.
Sir, can you please put your hands behind your back?
Will
Thank
they
you, sir.
there? Do
Sir,
we need
here's the cuffs. Put them on yourself.
Yeah, like literally arrested him in the locker room. Didn't even let the man take a shower.
Did they also hit him for his back child support? No, I'm just kidding. You know, when you fight, I don't know if you know this, guys. So when you fight, one of the first things you have to do is like sign an affidavit about unpaid child support. And they'll
That
take it out
rules.
of your check first.
That rules.
So it'd be so funny if you like had to tell them, listen, I owe child support. And then they come back there and they're like, yeah, gotta pony up.
Yeah, I guess he just had like no clue that he had these warrants outstanding in Connecticut, and the state police were just like, well, he's got a fight booked at Mohegan, so we kind of know where he's gonna be in the state at what time. Kind
least
of
they
makes
let
our
him
job
fight.
pretty easy.
At least they let him fight and didn't arrest him before.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I mean, they very well. What if they just walk into the locker room and they were just like, "Hey, brother, you're under arrest."
Nothing says you can't.
Yeah,
Could have done it at weigh-ins.
yeah.
Yeah, they could have done it away. It's
God,
true.
could you imagine a guy get like stepping off of the scale and immediately into handcuffs?
Yes. I've seen some crazy shit at weigh-ins. Yes, I could imagine. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Dude, the
but
weigh-ins, hold on. Let me take it back to me. Yo, the weigh-ins for fucking combat jujitsu were the most unregulated weigh-in I've ever seen in my life. So I'm like trying to find where they have the weigh-in set up. I thought it was going to be in like the ballroom with a backdrop. No, it's just some dude in a t-shirt and he has like a digital scale like I have in my kitchen. You know, and he's like, "Hey, what's up? Are you Beneduce?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, step on a scale." I was like, "All right, step on." I was like 155.4. I was like, "All right, my weight's good. Let me go weigh in." He's like, "No, that's it. You're good." I was like, "That's the official scale?" He's like, "That's it. You're good." He's like, "The ceremonial weigh-ins are later." He was like, "Then, you know, wear whatever." I was like, "Wait, we're done?" I was like, "This fucking scale?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, whatever." I thought we were good. He's like, "I thought that was the pre-check scale." It was just like my kitchen scale. I was like, "All right."
And so the fight was the same day as the weigh-ins, right?
Yeah, which I haven't done.
I was
in-
gonna ask, how's that affect everything going in?
Not great. You know, after my second cut, so like when I did my final cut to make the weight, first I think I went a little too fast because I lost 6 pounds in maybe 2 hours. And I woke up at 4 a.m. So I woke up 4 a.m. on Saturday so I could cut until 9 a.m. was the weigh-in. So really I had 5 hours. I could have took a little longer. And after I made the cut and I made the weight, like at the hotel room, I had to wait like 4 hours to weigh in and I felt like shit. And then I went and ate and tried to rehydrate, but I just didn't feel right.
How much time did you have from the
So I weighed in at 9 a.m. And then the fight was at 7. So was that 10 hours between the weigh-in and the fight?
did you get some sleep? At least like lay down.
I couldn't sleep. I mean, I laid down for a second, but I went and got some pancakes, which is my breakfast food always when I fight.
Oh no, the algerman. I remember he kept saying pancakes.
What were good or bad?
Not good.
I always
That was
eat
part of
good.
Aljo's thing in the first Jan fight. He said he woke up and he ate some pancakes that didn't sit well with him.
No, I mean I didn't have the shits or nothing, but no, I had a crazy cough after the last cut, and it just wouldn't go away. I thought I was sick, and then fuck, I'm dying. We get out of the place, we go back to the hotel room. I'm fucking hacking, I'm coughing, and we had bought a joint, and I was like, "Fuck, I want to smoke." And Mike's like, "I don't know." He's like, "The way you're coughing, da da da." I was like,
You're like, maybe it
"Fuck, I don't give a
counteracts.
fuck." I was like, "I don't give a fuck." Yo, I get high, my cough went away. I was like, "Oh, fuck, I should have smoked the blunt before." I was like, I thought too. I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna smoke this fucking joint. It's gonna fuck up my lungs even more." But I don't care. I just want to get high. I'm pissed.
John, come on,
smoke,
man.
I'm like,
Is there
"I'm
another event?
okay."
Is there another event closer That seems like so freaking much that you had
What
to
a
get
mission.
through, especially with the day of weigh-in.
What a mission to get there too. No direct flight to El Paso. And then coming back, I got stuck because remember we had a little bit of a storm here Sunday night. I was just sitting on the runway for 5 hours.
Oh man,
Oh,
sucks.
fucking back. Now I'm gonna sound like a little man. Oy vey, my back.
5 hours is a lot though.
Yeah, that you know what? It's funny. I'm sitting in the seat, and it was like, "Do you want to upgrade to like business class for $50?" And I was like, "Nah, this is only a short flight." And then I'm sitting there for 4 hours, like, "Fuck,
Fucked that one up.
fuck that one up."
Dude, you went through a lot to get to the match. Like that's what I'm saying. If there's anything,
I used
like
it all. That's
Boston,
how I felt. I almost felt
Jersey.
like it was so much to get there that there wasn't a lot left. But
Right.
lesson learned. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe it would be nice if there was something closer.
Yeah, I know you say
Travel
those
is
regular
definitely-
jujitsu matches don't get you going, but you got like Fury does those submission grappling, like kind of modified rule set matches. There's some
Maybe I
fun
could
stuff
tell
out
them,
there.
let me do combat jujitsu in their thing.
Yeah,
Why can't they do a combat jujitsu match? You don't have to sanction it special.
yeah, why not?
It
Fuck
flies
it.
right under the radar right now. I
like
saw
the idea.
CES in New Hampshire. They did a combat jujitsu match.
Oh, nice.
I would like to do it in a cage, preferably.
That'd be nice.
So my preference would be combat jujitsu in a cage because all those years of cage work I've done.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what, the truth, I've probably spent at least 1/5 of my training life working things offensively and defensively against the cage. So then you're talking about 1/5 of my game that I really can't use once you put us on the mat because it's the terrain, right? Doesn't Sun Tzu always talk about how you need to master the terrain you fight in? So if you're a cage fighter, you should master that terrain. You should know where a guy is in relation to the fence at all times. Kerry, I don't know if you remember when I was warming Alicia up for her fight.
Mhm.
I was like, anytime you see the logos,
Yes.
shoot, she's against the cage. She's 5 feet from the cage at that point.
Yeah.
So cage awareness, all of those things take time to develop that don't get to be utilized if I'm not in a cage or
Makes sense.
against something I could push you against. That's why a street fight's good. There's a car. I'm like, car, bang. know, Being able to put someone's back against something is a valuable skill, especially when you're good at generating driving pressure. Because then I could drive into a person, wear them out, start dragging them down. So yeah, that would be my preference. Combat jujitsu in a cage, closer to New York.
Yeah, just saw it. CES just posted 3 days ago. John Doomsday Howard, really nice guy.
That guy's good too.
He competed. Yeah, they did CJJ in the cage.
Yeah, that turns me on.
Dude, imagine you versus Joe Lozon. Let's go.
Oh, that'd be a good fight.
Hell yeah.
That'd be fun.
He's got the home crown that booing you like, you fucking quit. You're like, fuck you. dude."
How do you know what I do in private?
That's what you would say. And they'd be like, what? Dude, I'm fucking
Dude,
drunk.
I don't get this guy's sense of humor. Yeah, because you're from Boston. From Boston. Get in the car, give me a coffee.
Two
All right,
coffees.
any other
as
fights you
Andrew
guys want
Tate
to talk
would say.
about? What anything else of merit this weekend, Kerry?
Oh, this weekend? I don't. Last night was pretty fucking awesome for me. So to watch that shit, I wish I was there, but it was really, really.
Is she
cool.
from Nassau?
Jillian?
Yeah.
Believe. Where did she used to-
I don't know
I
because
know she trains in Iceland. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think she's originally like grew up in like the city or in Queens or some shit. So yeah, but she's now Nassau and trains out of Long Island.
I will say I'm very much looking forward to
Queens?
Pitbull
Maybe.
and Borix for
Yeah.
Me too.
the featherweight title in Bellator. That's a more
Good fight.
interesting fight to me than anything on the UFC card this weekend.
I always get the pit bulls mixed up. So which one? Like,
Good Pitbull and bad Pitbull. Patricio is the good one. Patricky is the bad one.
who's
I
fighting this
don't think
weekend?
Patricki's bad. He's just not as good as his brother.
Relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Patricio is
Patricio's
fighting
the
this
better.
weekend.
Yeah. Patricio really, to me, is top 5 in the world across both organizations.
I think I would agree with that.
Because
Yeah.
he has
Him
the
versus Volk
knockout
would be
over
sick.
Chandler.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then AJ McGee, I put right in there too at 45.
Yeah, and I mean
I would
that
love to
second fight,
see-
they gave us like plus 250 on Pitbull in that second McKee fight, which I thought was insane. I threw an ungodly amount of money at that line because I thought it was kind of a bad stoppage in that first fight with the standing high elbow guillotine from McKee. I didn't think Pitbull was out. McKee just kind of looked at, I think it was Mark Goddard, and was like, he's out. And Goddard stopped the fight, and Pitbull popped up like, what the
That
fuck are you
was
talking
one-way
about,
traffic.
dude?
That was one-way traffic.
I guess, but it only lasted a minute and 30 seconds. So I don't think we got a good sense of what that fight would actually look like. And then
sometimes
I
you're
think
right.
the second fight played out the way that I expected it to,
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy you made money, but
as you should be.
quick. What you talk about quick stoppages, Harry? How was your? No, I'm just kidding. Bo Nickel. What do you
Yeah.
think about him? I was
No.
not sold after the first fight, but now I'm becoming a fan.
I'm more sold now. Yeah. I mean, I like his first matchup. He's fighting?
Jamie Pickett.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
I think he's going to get the Pereira treatment where they give him, kind of
Is he-
just a guy to start in Pickett. The second fight will be a fringe ranked guy. The third fight will be somewhere in the top 7 or so. And then fourth
Wow.
fight, he's right in the picture. I think they're going to push him hard.
Yeah. He's young too, isn't he?
Yeah, I
Who's-
think he's only like 26, 27.
Who's champion first, Chimaev or Bo Nickel?
That's tough. That's tough. I mean, I think Kamayev clearly is further along and has
You
Right
think
there.
Kamaev's going to be champ at 185? I don't know.
well, right. That's the thing.
gonna tell you what.
Can Kamayev fucking make 170?
No. Let's say he can't make 170. So let's look at 185. Kamaev's good, but his only win at 185 is leading jangling, right?
Yeah, the leech.
The leech. Okay. Like of merit. And that guy's good, but you
No,
know,
I think
I'll
that was
give
at
him-
172. I don't think he has like an actual good win at 185. I think he's-
Mershart.
Oh, right. GM3. Yeah, Gerald
that guy's
Mearshart.
ranked.
Yeah, who isn't? I
even
mean,
close
he's
to
a
a
good
rank.
fighter, hell of a fighter, but yeah, not like
but he's
top
not even close
competition.
to any rank.
No.
If you looked him up, every fighter is ranked. He's probably
Right.
like 38th or something like that.
Yeah, I would say GM3 is probably somewhere around like 25 to 30. It's also I also just think 85 is a pretty shallow division, but yeah, I mean, I think he probably has an easier path to a title at 85 than at 70, just based on Usman and the wrestling and Colby and the wrestling. I don't think there are many guys who could defensively grapple as well at 85. I mean, I think Bobby Knuckles would probably. I think Knuckles would piece him up. I think Izzy would be an
Marvin
interesting
Vettori.
fight.
What's it going to look like if he fights Marvin Vettori?
Wow, yeah, I don't
That's
think
an
he can
interesting
bully
fight.
Vettori.
That's a very
That could be a
interesting
nightmare
fight.
fight for him.
Yeah, Marvin's got good defensive wrestling, and he's got a head made out of fucking granite or steel or some shit.
And he's throwing at you.
Yeah, and
He's
meanwhile, like
wrestling you.
if that Gilbert Burns fight, if that was a 5-round fight, I think Gilbert absolutely wins that fight. Hamzat was fucking gassed in that 3rd round, and I mean, that was a close fight to begin with. Gilbert did damage. I think there's an argument for
was
Gilbert
a
winning
close
that
fight.
fight. But
That was a
if
close
that was a 5-round fight, I think Gilbert takes it comfortably.
Yeah, it wasn't a blowout. He met a
No.
lot of difficulty in that fight.
No, that was the first time we've seen the guy look human in a cage, and I don't think it's any coincidence that that's the first time he's fighting actually elite competition. You know what I mean? Kevin Holland's fun. He's a good fighter, but he's a guy. He's also not a top 10, top 5 guy by any means.
Yeah, he's
So-
not a top 10.
No, he's fun. He's
Just started
entertaining.
going
He
at
puts on
170.
good fights, but yeah, Kevin
You think
Holland
he's
is never going to be a
retired?
fucking champion.
Do you think Kevin Holland really retired? You see, he put
Absolutely
it out.
not. Absolutely not.
He's like,
That's
I'm
like
30,
the most.
I made a good run.
I mean, listen, props to him for getting that bag. It was like the one time that a fighter has had all of the leverage over the UFC in negotiations just because of the way those weigh-ins went. And I'm sure he got himself fucking paid. So props to him. I have nothing but respect for that. But I think that is like the most classic MMA retirement in history.
Yeah, right. He's like,
I mean, look at fucking Marlon Moraes. Marlon made it 5 months retired before hopping back
Then
in
went to PFL.
Yeah, and they booked, dude. They're trying to get that man killed. They booked him versus Shane Burgos on this title fight card at the Garden.
Crazy.
Harry
know,
just
so
told
that
me that's
means
for a
Mariah is-
pay-per-view.
Yes, they. What do you guys think about that? The PFL is they're doing a pay-per-view for their championships, which
Oh,
I frankly do not think is going to perform very well.
no, I don't think
They
so.
can't even sell a fucking ticket in person.
I will
Like,
say,
like
I was very
PFL, but I don't know
pleasantly.
anyone that's paid for a ticket.
I was very pleasantly surprised by the turnout for the playoff card that they did, but I think a lot of that was because Anthony Pettis was the headliner, and I think Pettis is a guy who puts asses in seats, whose name like people know Anthony Pettis. You know what I mean? I think regardless of where they're at in their careers, Pettis is a much bigger draw than Kayla Harrison is.
Yeah, no one knows Kayla Harrison outside of fight fans.
Right,
But
right.
Guys, like I've been to PFL's their championships at the Hulu Theater quite a few times. They always pack it out.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll sell like for the titles and all that shit. And they got some names on that card too.
The pay-per-view I don't know about, but I know that they'll pack out the theater.
Yeah, and I think the Hulu Theater is also like the perfect size venue for them. You know, like they're
5,000
not
people max, yeah.
right. They're not selling out the fucking garden like the UFC is, but that is like the perfect venue for them. So I think that building will be full, but yeah, I think those pay-per-view numbers are probably going to be a little disappointing.
I agree.
It's going to be light.
Gentlemen, I hate to do this, but I have to go shoot pool tonight. Take somebody.
Oh, kill it, crush everyone.
Excuse us.
I literally crush everybody.
Guys, that was awesome. Great to get back in action. I'm gonna
Great to hear from you, Johnny. You sound like you're in great spirits.
We're ready to fucking go. You know what? I knocked the rust off.
CES, man, that's a real possibility.
Do it.
Well,
Good show,
let's see what
right?
we
You
can
probably
do.
will pay me a little bit too, I bet.
I got a decent relationship with CFFC's matchmaker too. We could float that idea out there.
Oh,
All right.
yeah. They do
know
some
what?
cool grappling events.
Yeah,
Rob
Yeah, that's what they
Haydak.
do. Fury now. Yeah.
I asked the gods. They said, you know, why not? It's good to have challenges.
What do the gods sound like? Are they like? We'll
Well,
take
no,
it-
so when you talk to the gods, it's not like a conversation like this. The universe is always talking to you. Remember
Right.
how I was like, the universe was trying to tell me I should have gotten in shape sooner. I just couldn't. It just didn't happen. Whatever. But they gave me a hint. It didn't happen. Whatever. They were like, all right, we tried. But when you go and you ask the gods, there's a few different ways. Sometimes just in a meditative state, you might use divinatory tools. So I use the runes, and kind of like how tarot cards work, you cast the runes out, and the way they fall, you interpret them to try to get some type of message. So what you try to do, I guess the essence of all divinatory practices is I'm trying to find a pattern in a seemingly random event. And as you practice this more, you become more reliable at reading a pattern. Let's think about it like this. I know when the harvest season is, when the weather starts to change, you got to start bringing the plants in, right? At first, you don't know that. All your plants die. So the better you get at seeing the signs of what's going to happen, the better your divination becomes. So yeah, when I talk to the gods through divination's one way, but a lot of times they're always talking to you. We're just too loud to hear them.
It's very interesting to me that you could be describing either a religious experience or a mild case of schizophrenia right now.
So let's think about our regular everyday occurrence. The way you form your worldview is in itself completely psychotic.
That's true.
So you have no idea what's going on in another person's head. You really don't have a great perception of anything around you. Think about how limited what we all see is. So yeah, we're having crazy psychotic experiences with no way to know if the other person next to us or that we're talking to is having a similar experience to us.
Interesting. That reminds me, I got some a mushroom chocolate bar in my fridge. Maybe I'll trip balls this weekend.
We ever hear when people are like, when you're
Opening
tripping, that's
pathways.
actually what things look like?
What's that?
Like when you trip balls, is that actually what things look like?
Yeah, could be.
Now
Could be.
we're putting barriers on everything, so everything looks safe. But is everything just like a mass of colors and energy?
Very well may be.
And we just are like, yo, if we interact with the world that way, it's actually not as beneficial as if we could kind of compartmentalize things and make it a little more solid. So yeah, take those mushrooms and enjoy yourself. All right, I guess Kerry had to go play pool. All right.
Yeah, I'm believing in like just organizing things to create pathways and open up doors in your mind, in relationships, and things changing people's attitudes.
I believe in entropy. It's all chaos. That's all it is. It's fucking it's incredible that we all just exist in this moment right now. Like the
Oh,
millions
thank
and
God.
millions. Yeah, knock on wood, but the millions
That's
and
why
millions
I'm
of
so
like
grateful all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
how fucking cool.
yeah, I mean, you look at like just probability from a mathematical statistical standpoint, it is like basically, you know, the odds of us, the three of us sitting here right now doing this show are, you know, 1 in fucking millions and billions and
Billions,
trillions. But
trillions.
here we are.
Doing a fucking show and having a good time.
There you go. What else could you
Amazing.
ask for?
Crazy. Tell me
So-
that's not crazy.
Son Gruer says, he goes, a lot of people maybe are waiting for heaven. He goes, maybe this is heaven and we just have to learn to enjoy it.
Could be. I actually believe there's one conspiracy that I've pretty much fully pilled myself on, and that's basically that we're probably living in some sort of giant simulation, right? So hear me out. Hear me out. No, it doesn't
Hear me
matter.
out.
It doesn't have any bearing on the
It has
consequences
no
of our
bearing on the-
actions. No, it doesn't. Absolutely. Everything still occurs in a vacuum. All of your choices still have consequences. It doesn't make a difference in that aspect. But
Yeah.
let's just play this out. Do you think that eventually we as a species will get to a point one day where we'll have technology advanced enough that we can run basically simulations of entire universes and entire lifetimes and entire worlds, right? That's more likely than not going to happen. So
Sure.
if that's going to happen, wouldn't it theoretically be more likely that we are living in one of an infinite number of simulations than we are actually living in the real main timeline?
Sure. Which, like I said, has no bearing
No, none.
on
None.
anything that we actually do in this timeline.
Absolutely.
like-
Your actions still have consequences.
Like thinking about that, like it's like, oh, it could be something. It's like, well, it really wouldn't matter. Like even in my game, like let's say I play Diablo or whatever, whether the people in the game, right, know that they're in a game or not, they still have to do the things, and you have a player
Right.
character. That's what I wonder sometimes, actually. So a player character, if it's a simulation, then you could be outside the simulation and go into it and have a character like me. And this character is sometimes played by an actual whatever the entity is that is running the simulation. So like Harry, you're a character in this simulation, and sometimes you're an NPC. The computer is playing you.
Right.
But other times, some dude might come and play you, and then he gets to live your life
Right.
and experience things through you, like an ultimate simulation. He goes in your body. You know, I have like, I mean, probably in that world, you would just implant, and then you're in that simulation, and then you can come out of the simulation, and then you're left as an NPC again. So I wonder, like, when things go really epic, did my player character be like, yo, you know who I haven't played in a while?
Was he a sober teenager who was focused?
Yeah, you know I haven't played
Let
in
me
a
load
while?
up my Manimal save.
Yo, let's go, yo, break Manimal out. That's a good character. That character does some shit that no other character could do. I'm not saying it's always the best shit, but we can put him in to do some weird shit. And he's like, he's gonna
game
be all
for
like,
it.
he's gonna be like, yeah, well, the universe told me to do this. So here we are in the fucking brothel in Tijuana. And yeah, they're like, yo, let's play him. That motherfucker got some tricks up his sleeve.
And now somebody's playing carry and pool. They're like, you know,
Yeah.
they're like, oh,
Mini games.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're gonna
mini
play
games.
pool now against. Oh, you know what? Who's a challenge rating for? Kerry Stellar? Let's play her in pool. So yeah, I think about that shit all the time too. But I
Interesting.
think more about if it's a simulation, do guys pop in and play me?
That's
So,
interesting. That's an angle I haven't thought about before.
yeah, because the simulation thing, maybe. Even
The way that I view it is that like it's happening in a vacuum. You know what I mean? Like it's happening solely for the purposes of like learning about human behavior, learning about what happens when we introduce certain variables and
Then
this,
it would-
that, and the other
But
thing.
you know the person you're gonna want to go fuck in that universe. So someone's gonna want to go into the body so he can bang in the universe that he is simulated. That's the first thing you always do. Look at the internet.
It would be pretty cool if I could just like become become the guy who's fucking whoever I want to fuck.
Yeah, or you're the epic.
I gotta lower my voice. My girlfriend's in the next room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
I'm gonna play on Desanya now, right?
Yeah, that's fucking cool. Now, you're at the Garden facing Alex Bajeda. Yeah, that's.
And you feel the damage too. You go in the
Right.
simulation.
Woo.
So you feel the damage you could lose. You know, when you play a character in a simulation, it's like playing a game. Now,
Have you guys
could
seen
lose.
Ready Player One?
I was literally about to say, Ike. Now we're getting into like some Ready Player One shit. That was exactly what I was about to say.
Have you seen that, Manimal?
Oh yeah, I love Ready Player One. The
Great
book
movie.
is great too. The book really is better because it's more 80s D&D-ish shit.
Oh, I didn't even.
Right.
I gotta get to George Orwell's 1984. Speaking of 80s,
You don't have to
books,
be out
movies.
here. We're halfway there. We're 3/4 of the way there, bro.
And have you guys seen Michael B. Jordan's Fahrenheit 454? Have you guys
Oh
seen it?
no.
I have not, but I've heard very good things.
Okay. I'm looking to watch. And have you guys seen Jet Li's The One? I have a queue.
I haven't seen that one either.
Is that a new one?
I think
Bro, watch
2002.
fucking Sopranos, dude.
I've seen The Sopranos. No, I've seen.
No,
I
what
haven't
was it?
seen
That,
Breaking
what was
Bad.
it? Oh, Breaking Bad. That's what it was that you said you'd never seen that I couldn't fucking
Me
believe.
neither.
What's
which I
wrong with the
can't
two of
believe
you?
Let's go,
Breaking Bad.
John.
What's
All
wrong
right,
with
we
the
gotta
two of
watch
you?
Breaking Bad together.
Yeah, we might have to do a show watch party.
Guys, I gotta get going myself. Actually,
All right.
All righty.
Avengers.
We got off the
Love
rails
you,
a little
Harry.
bit at the end there. but
disassemble.
always good fun.
That was good.